Oh man, I'm gonna get so much hate for this video. But I don't care. Hate never really stopped me from making a video, and honestly, I just have to express these thoughts. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and I honestly did not expect to make a video like this. I did not. But after getting back from my local theater after seeing the Belko experiment last night, I felt inclined to make this video. And as you guys can clearly see by the leafy style title, I'm going to be talking about Beauty and the Beast. Now, I want to preface this by saying that I hold no ill will towards this film, nor am I critiquing the quality of this film, because I have not seen it. It could actually be good. It could even be better than the original, which I seriously doubt. Or it could be complete and utter shit. It's a terrible film. I don't know. I didn't see it. I'm just gonna have to gauge it from what everyone else says about the film, like what you guys are gonna be typing in the comments about the film. And please let me know if you saw the film. What was it like? Was it good? Was it bad? Did you not care for it? Was it better than the original? Please comment and let me know. And honestly, I have no ill will towards the producers, the filmmakers, the actors, none of the people involved in the making of the film. I'm sure Emma Watson is a good Belle. I'm sure Dan Stevens is probably a decent Beast. And all the other people, I mean, there's a lot of good people attached to this film. I mean, you got Josh Gad, who's LaFouf. You got Kevin Kline, I believe. Doesn't he play Belle's father? Ian McKellen's in the film. A lot of great people are in this film, you know, and the cast alone made me kind of want to see the film, but I had to hold back. Like, no. Just because it has a good cast doesn't mean that it's a good movie, nor does it mean that you should go see it. My issue with Beauty and the Beast lies with the Walt Disney Corporation and the audience that are going to see this film. Now, I'm going to start with the audience first, because the reason I'm making this video is because when I went to go see the Belko experiment last night, there were actually lines, literal lines for Beauty and the Beast. And when I saw those lines, the first and only thing that went through my mind was why? Why are there lines to go see a film that a majority of Americans have either already seen or already own on Blu-ray and DVD? Why? Is this really a film that you have to go rush out of your house on a Thursday night, no less, to go and see? I mean, that's not something that I would rush to. I mean, sure, I would like to be there early to get a good seat, considering that it's a big film, but why is it even a big film? Why are people really wanting to go see this film? And I can hear what you guys are typing in the comments. It's the cliche answers I hear all the time. Oh, the visuals, it looks pretty good, Tony. You gotta admit, the visuals look amazing. Yeah, sure, but the visuals in the original 1991 film look fantastic. I mean, seriously, do you honestly think that this remake is going to capture shots like this? Or shots like this? No! I bet you there's not even a single shot like that in the film. That is one of the best camera shots I've ever seen in an animated film. That was freaking gorgeous. And it can never be replicated. That's the biggest thing. It cannot be replicated. You cannot capture the magic of the original Beauty and the Beast. And don't say that's not what they're trying to do. That's exactly what they're trying to do. And also, they're trying to profit from it. Or I hear many of you probably saying, well, I'm gonna go see it for the cast, you know, Emma Watson's in the film, Dan Stevens is in the film, Ian McKellen, Josh Gad, the guy who plays Gaston, Luke Evans, all these great people are in the film. And that's great, you know, they are fantastic actors and actresses. I like most of them, but just because they're involved in the film doesn't mean that the film's gonna be any good. I mean, shit, a lot of critically acclaimed actors have been in some pieces of shit, and many actors are known for doing paycheck films. Now, I'm not saying that this is a paycheck film by any means. They could have put a lot of effort. Again, I'm not judging their performance, but I'm not also gonna say that because a certain actor is in a film, I'm gonna go see that film. I would only say that for two actors right now. That's Denzel Washington, because I always expect quality from Denzel, and he always picks quality projects. And Chris Evans. he blew me away as Captain America, and I think that he has a lot of acting chops after seeing Snowpiercer and some dramas that he's been in. I do kind of see the appeal of the visuals. I see the appeal of the actors. Hell, I even see the appeal of the brand recognition. I mean, it's Beauty and the Beast. People love Beauty and the Beast. But why? Why do you have to go out of your way to see that film when you have the original? Hell, I had a talk on Facebook with this guy who's basically saying, I'm gonna go see this with my wife, and I asked him, well, why even go see it? And he's like, why not? I'm like, I'll tell you why not. You have the original with fantastic animation, great voice acting, great musical numbers that can never be captured again. There's so many great things in that film that I feel like this live action film could never possibly live up to, or even attempt to live up to. So it just really baffled me why people would line up, and so early too. These were Thursday night showings. I can understand like the weekend, but Thursday night? Really? Is it that monumental of a film to you? Wow. Mind blown. I'm sorry. By the way, this is going to be a rambling rant, so I apologize in advance if I go on different tirades and tangents. This is just basically me shooting the shit with you guys and expressing some thoughts. Now again, I see why you guys would want to go see it, but honestly, I don't want you to. I want you to support Disney in other means. Support their original works. Support new artists coming in with fresh ideas instead of Disney rehashing their old IPs. And another thing, how is it that nobody's making a fuss at the fact that Disney is remaking another one of their films? I mean, I could understand if this was another retelling of the Beauty and the Beast story done by another studio. But to have the exact same studio telling the exact same story 26 years after the original, that doesn't come off as a bit perplexing to anybody? Can't they just re-release the Beauty and the Beast, which they did? They re-released the Beauty and the Beast in theaters, in 3D. So why even? And that was only 5 years ago. They re-released that 5 years ago. So again, why are you even making a I'm getting angry. I gotta calm down. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to get angry in this rant, even though it is a rant. Because again, I have no ill will towards the film, but I just don't like the fact that it exists. And I'm kind of angry at Disney itself for making this film. They could have put so much more effort and focus on original projects. Hell, last year, they had two incredible original projects. Zootopia, Moana. Both some of the most critically acclaimed animated films of 2016, and Zootopia, one of the highest grossing animated films of 2016, and even won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. See, there's an audience for original ideas. We want original films, Disney. We've proven it. Hell, Jungle Book, the Jungle Book that came out last year couldn't even crack a billion. But Zootopia cracked $1 billion, an original project. And I know many of you are probably going to say, well, this is rich coming from the guy that watched The Jungle Book last year and loved The Jungle Book last year. And to that I say, you bring up a good point. But allow me to counter-argument that point. The original Jungle Book, at this point in time, came out 50 years ago, 1967, and was one of the last projects Disney worked on before he passed away. That came out 50 years ago, half a century. So when they remade it in 2016, I could see why they remade it. You know, it makes sense. It was closing in on 50 years, half a century, and maybe a lot of people don't really remember The Jungle Book. I mean, I remember bits and pieces. I remember the bare necessities and all that stuff, but I don't really remember the entire story of The Jungle Book, so I understand that. I even understood why they remade Cinderella, their most popular princess, and a film that also came out more. It came out 65 years ago at the time that they released the film. So again, I understood why they remade it. You know, it makes sense. Even Maleficent, to a certain degree, I understand why they remade it. But with Beauty and the Beast, a film that came out close to a quarter of a century ago, 25 years, 26 years, counting this year, I don't understand. Like, that's still fresh in many people's mind. Not to mention the fact that 5 years ago you re-released the film too. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I get it on a business standpoint, it makes sense. You know, it's a well-known intellectual property. Name brand recognition alone is gonna help it reach probably $1 billion. I don't know, maybe. But it just frustrates me that audiences are easily sucked in by that name brand recognition. And I know better. I mean, shit, when Marvel makes a film, I immediately go, mainly because Marvel makes great films, so that's name brand recognition. I already trust Marvel. People trust Disney. You know, they trust Disney to give some family quality films. But it's a double-edged sword at the same time, because we trust Disney to give us some quality films, but at the cost of kind of spitting in the face of the original films. And I felt like Beauty and the Beast is sort of a spit in the face to the original. And I'll tell you why. And I don't know why I didn't bring this up before, but I felt like it was a spit in the face because it was the final film that Howard Ashman worked on. Many of you may have forgotten that name, but anyone who's been in the musical theater world or knows much about Disney history knows how pivotal of a man Howard Ashman was and how he single-handedly saved Disney from the Dark Ages. He is the man responsible for the Disney Renaissance because he wrote the music and helped make the music for The Little Mermaid, the film that kickstarted the Disney Renaissance. And many of you are going to say, well, what about the writers and the directors? Yes, they helped. But if there's one thing people remember about The Little Mermaid, the one thing they always praised, and the only thing they actually won awards for, was the music. The music was something that nobody has ever heard before. It blew people's freaking minds when they heard it. And because of that, Disney put a lot of investment in Howard Ashman to make some music for them. But unfortunately, Howard Ashman was suffering from AIDS, and he finally succumbed to the illness before the release of Beauty and the Beast. I believe it was either 1990 or 1991. I think it was 1990, right before the film was completed. So he was able to write the music and write the lyrics for the Beauty and the Beast film. And he did a wonderful job. You could really tell he put 150% of his effort. And at the end of the original Beauty and the Beast, they even give a little nice tribute to Howard Ashman, saying, to Howard Ashman, the man who gave a mermaid her voice and a beast his heart. That right there is such a touching tribute right there. And the Beauty and the Beast is one of his lasting legacies. It was the last film he worked on. And the fact that Disney said, you know what, let's just take that lasting legacy of Howard Ashman, let's just throw that away. We're remaking it, rebranding it. Here's the new Beauty and the Beast. I don't know about you guys, but for me, that's a bit disrespectful. That's a big spit in the face. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. That's heartbreaking. Does Alan Menken have anything to do with this new Beauty and the Beast? I probably will look it up later and put it right here like, yeah, he did. But if Alan Menken, if you're working on this, man, how dare you? How dare you spit in the face of your longtime working partner and friend? You should have more integrity than that. Anyway, I think I've rambled enough about Beauty and the Beast. Oh, there is one more thing I do want to mention about Beauty and the Beast, and that's the whole gay controversy surrounding LaFouf, the character played by Josh Gad. Now, for one, I don't care if LaFouf was gay. I honestly don't. In fact, it makes a lot of sense considering how flamboyant the character was and how he always sucked up to Gaston. Although, I always felt like he sucked up in that little squirmy little pathetic guy way because he's the manly man and he's not a manly man. So he wants to surround himself with the manliest man so he looks cool by association. But if they were to make the character gay, I could buy that. I could see it. My problem is, why do you even need to point it out? The only way for society to fully accept gay people gay characters is if we just include them in stories and not make a big deal that they're a part of it. That's why I love the Loud House so much. I never heard anywhere that the Loud House had a gay family. I found that out while watching the show itself. And that blew my freaking mind because the show did not make a big deal about them having a gay family because you don't need to. It's part of the lexicon. It's part of American society. We embrace it. We don't fight it anymore. And the fact that Disney had to go out of their way and say, hey, guess what? LaFouf is actually gay. He actually has a gay song. Why do you even do that? Why did you even need to do that? You did that mainly to stir up the pot and get people like, oh, wow. And it kind of backfired in a way because a lot of people did not like the fact that you put a gay character in Beauty and the Beast, which kind of surprised me because I remember they also did the same thing for Finding Dory. They announced that, oh, yeah, Ellen DeGeneres was really pushing to have like a lesbian couple in Finding Dory, and I didn't hear no hoopla about that, mainly because they weren't even main characters. They were just there to be like, have a reaction, then walk away. But either way, it shouldn't be surprising that Disney added a gay character, and I don't feel like Disney should have made such a big deal about it. They should have just said, yeah, LaFouf is gay, or have people like be genuinely surprised to see LaFouf acting gay. That would have been interesting. But no, they gave away that surprise, and they had to go and make a big hoopla about it, which they didn't need to. We accept gay people in this culture now. You don't have to like say, oh, look how progressive we are by adding gay people in our film. You don't need to do that. Just put them in the film. Treat them like you would treat anybody else. Do the egalitarian approach, okay? Anyway, that's a tangent that I honestly didn't need to go on. So I'm done with this Beauty and the Beast video. I just wanted to express these thoughts, get them out of my mind, clear my head. Let me know what you guys thought about my little ramble. Did it make any sort of sense, or was it just a jumbled mess? Let me know if you agree with me too, and if you saw Beauty and the Beast, let me know what you guys thought about the film. Comment below, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be working on those 2 anime reviews now, so I'll see you guys later. Till the next video, guys. Peace, YouTube.